Well, he's been involved in a couple of flashpoints in this first half, and the home supporters here in France's far north in making the goal, the cutback for Mbape, and it is set to be a fascinating one tonight between Tiny, who makes up the last 16 of this season's competition. Regional football in France, the 6th tier nationally, up against... Catches Bujema in the face, and the free kick is given against the Brazilian. Well, worth reiterating again. Well, not much question mark. Clement Bujema may well be there on Sunday night to turn the right back. A long cup run for them. Really clever. The last 32 of this season's Coupe de France. Don't be confused, it is the last 32, 16 matches to decide who makes up the last 16 of this season's competition. And it is set to be a fascinating one tonight between Tiny, Pays de Cassel, a 6th tier, in the last 32. David versus Goliath. Pays de Cassel of the first level of regional football in France, the 6th tier nationally, up against the reigning Ligue 1 champions and current Ligue 1 leaders, Paris Saint-Germain. Paris Saint-Germain get us underway in this year, but at the moment struggling to get the ball out of their own half of the field. Really a surprise, and Data sends the ball forwards. Might just fall for the first chance of the game for Carlos Soler, who prods it wide. Neymar and Mbappe both starting this evening. Neymar losing out. Free kick played forward, looking for Brunel, but Brunel wasn't quite ready. It was that Champions League showdown with Bayern Munich. Mbappe into the net, but the offside flag was up early. Germain thus far, but here come PSG. 10 minutes in, that ball was just behind Mbappe. Mbappe again skips away from one challenge, comes inside, he's gone down. The referee looked at that, hasn't given anything. Mbappe's not going to linger too long. I think Mbappe again shut down by the Pays de Cassel defence, and Carlos Soler got his pass all wrong. Mbappe and Neymar. Let's come back to Soler again to feed Ekitike. Keep a little bit warmer on a very chilly night up here in France's far north. Temperatures have foul on Neymar. Clement Bujema. Supporters gather. May well be there on Sunday night to turn the right back. Feeds Kibasane wide on the right. A number of matches in the cup in that time. A long cup run for them. Really clever play to beat Nuno Mendes. Just span awkwardly up to him. Neymar catches Bujema in the face, and the free kick is given against the Brazilian. Well, worth reiterating again. By a huge margin, and it will be considered a disappointing display. And if they win by too many, it might be seen as the ball threaded through for Pembele. Nuno Mendes heading to the byline, cuts it back to Mbappe, and it's in. Well, it may have taken a deflection on its way, but it will be Kylian Mbappe's goal. And kind of come from nothing. Pays de Cassel were looking rather comfortable. But Paris Saint-Germain get the breakthrough. And all credit to Nuno Mendes for his part in making the goal, the cutback for Mbappe, and the touch of the number 4, Lucas Tour, is what beat the goalkeeper Romain Samson. Well, not much question about that. Challenge was late from Bruno. Goal now would surely end this tie. Neymar's free. Back to Neymar. Neymar maybe. Great footwork from the Brazilian, and it's crossed the line. It's 2-0. Well, he's been involved in a couple of flashpoints in this first half, and the home supporters here in France's far north greeting that goal with a chorus of jeers. Neymar's celebration. He is back on the score sheet. 16th goal of the season for his club. That ball crossing the line before Lukaku could get it away. Set up by Mbape. Proud of the way their team played in the first half an hour here, but they're being torn apart now. Mbappe lifts it over the goalkeeper and in. It's another goal for the captain, and it's 3-0. Well, you began to wonder the way the game was going if Pays de Cassel might hold PSG for far longer, might even be in with a chance heading into the latter stages, but no disgrace in losing to a team of PSG's quality. Zeki Nuno Mendes set up the opening goal. Vicious delivery from the left from him. Feeding Carlos Soler, unselfishly cuts it back, and Neymar puts it over the bar. Well, Carlos Soler probably could have gone himself. Vitinha fitting it into Mbappe for the hat-trick. He's done it. Kylian Mbappe scores again. And just over a month after netting a hat-trick in the World Cup final, he's got a hat-trick in the Coupe de France. Here's devastating quality in the penalty box, proving too much for sixth-tier Pays de Cassel, fed by Vitinha, and you never really doubted him. With the captain's armband on tonight. Here comes Neymar, feeding it through for Mbappe again. He's put it wide this time, Kylian Mbappe. Just before the half-hour mark by Kylian Mbappe, they found it going very, very tough since then. They were playing some really good stuff in the early stages. Mbappe for nearly half an hour, and then they were blown away. Kylian Mbappe's hat-trick and a Neymar goal as well, giving Paris Saint-Germain a 4-0 lead at half-time. They are easing through to the last 6. Ball is picked up by Ramos, looking to feed Ekitike. Kibasane, back four or a back three in the weeks and months ahead. It's a back four tonight. Bernat, the substitute, turned away by Samson, collected by Vitinha. Stopped on the line and into the crease, having to go across to separate the two players. Danilo Pereira 8 days ago. Mbappe to Renato Sanchez, who hits it just over the bar. And a goal for Neymar. 4-0 Paris Saint-Germain leading. They could get a fifth one here. Mbappe again. It's a horrible moment for Romain Samson. A mistake by the Pays de Cassel goalkeeper. And it gifts another goal to Kylian Mbappe. Romain Samson came out to meet Mbappe after Neymar sent the ball forward. Flighted ball by the Brazilian Samson. Losing it. May not see too much more of him this season. Vitinha, there's the shot from Fabian Ruiz, a good save from Romain Samson. Samson comes out to meet him. Neymar's away from the keeper and unselfishly sets up the goal. But Carlos Soler with the back heel to make it 6-0. Well, again, Samson, the goalkeeper, committing himself and coming off second best. And Neymar could have tried to score the second goal of the evening for him. Instead, teeing up Soler, who was on target in the last round in the win against third division Châteauroux. And the Spanish international was free kick delivery, the high ball. Touched away by Samson, who's very small for a goalkeeper. Penalties after a 0-0 draw. And that straight into... Ismail Garbi, Mbape. Was in an offside position, possibly only just. Into too many yellow shirts, but Pays de Cassel can't get it away, and Neymar hits it last night in the Vosges Mountains. Ball coming in from the right-hand side and turned into the net by Mbappe. It is another goal for him. Five now for the France striker, and 7 for PSG. A really superb ball whipped in from the right-hand side by Carlos Soler, beyond the reach of Alexis Mijak, the Pays de Cassel captain, but turned in by the PSG skipper Mbappe. He is homing in.